there, Simon Whale here from Kerfuffle. I am delighted to have Peter Knight of EA Masters here in our exclusive series of interviews to help, I suppose, get the best out of EA Masters, isn't it, over this fantastic 6-month period. And one of the things we're talking about today, Peter, is that in the past, I think it's fair to say, everybody's business owner's first step was to go for people, wasn't it? That was essentially where you started. We were talking off camera and talking about, actually, you believe that that's pretty much changed around, hasn't it, in terms of the way that people should be looking at things?
Well, I think it should be. So, historically, as businesses grew and expanded, the default was we need more people. We need another neg. We need another valuer. We need another person.
Just throw headcount at it.
Yeah, and I don't believe that in the future of a state agency that is the right approach. What I believe is an alternative now to do is to ask the question, is there a tech solution to this? So let me give you a couple of examples. Yeah. Estate agents will design, let's say, a service proposition. And let's say, for example, they said they're going to deliver weekly feedback to their sellers and landlords about progress of marketing their property, let's just say. Historically, then, they would have tended to think, right, who can we employ? Who is going to do that job?
Yep.
Right? And then if that business expands, they will need, in that scenario, to employ somebody else, additional people to do that job, because the job has expanded. I'm suggesting instead that you start by asking which tech could deliver this for us. So the start point is to think tech first. Now, tech won't solve everything, Simon. I'm not for a minute suggesting it will. The human element still needs to be there.
I was hoping you were there, just, as a person who makes money off that. But
well, not yet anyway.
Okay.
But seriously, I think that it's starting with the tech question. So rather than...
Is that an element, though, because it's giving consistency?
Yeah, consistency and also economies of scale. And those two things are going to be crucial, I think, in terms of the future of a state agency. Look, all businesses need to operate in this current environment in a way that delivers a service to the customer that is ever more demanding and ever more driven, if you like. And I'm afraid it's probably for most agents just not economic to keep on employing more and more people to do the job. Now, there are some essential roles that only people can do at this moment in time. Yeah. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, rather than the old way used to be, tell you what we'll do, we'll employ people and then we'll see if there's tech to help them. I'm suggesting you flip that. What you do instead is say, what tech solutions are there? What can we automate? And then once you've solved that, then ask the question, what are the essential people that we have to have in place as well?
I'm going to throw you a real world scenario, though, because I always like to keep it real. So, you see the likes of the Knight Franks and the Savills, and they have heavy research departments, don't they, to be perceived as the local property experts. Mm-hmm. And yet you have a company like Dataloft Inform out there, don't you, who take all of that legwork out of it and allow you to essentially punch above your weight in owning that. Is that the sort of thing we're talking about?
Completely. And you mentioned Dataloft Inform, the Spriff, there are others who are similarly able to enable a one-branch estate agency now to, in effect, compete with the Knight Frank and Savills of this world in terms of their research departments. So that's a great real case example of what I'm talking about. And I think that the challenge, therefore, for a lot of business owners, particularly those who have grown up, if you like, in a people-first environment, is to switch that mentality. It's to have the discipline to say...
It's tough, that, though, isn't it? Because it is the case where we haven't done it that way previously. How many companies, can I ask you, do you think are doing this at the moment? This kind of mindset.
I would suggest that the majority of those in the Best Estate Agent Guide, in what we call the exceptional category, top 5%, are. So on that basis, about 5% maybe. And look, I'm not suggesting, by the way, there are companies out there'll be people watching this who will be saying, hang on a second, I use hardly any tech. Ours is a people business, and that's what we pride ourselves on. Fine, but I tell you what, it's not scalable. No. Okay, it's just.
But they always come back. We pride ourselves on customer service and everything else, and there's this idea that technology somehow is taken away from that. But it absolutely frees you up, doesn't it?
It does, and it frees you up to do the stuff that is the magic stuff, as opposed to the mundane stuff. And
That's the very definition of technology.
Yeah.
Saving your time.
Yeah, and making, therefore, the interactions that you do have with your clients all the more human and personal.
Yeah.
So it's actually amplifying or increasing the opportunities for the proper dialogue, as opposed to the mere reporting and the functional aspects of the job. Both have to be done. I'm just suggesting that the future of a state agency, I think, will start with a tech-first approach,
Yeah.
and then say, right, what are those, and therefore, if you do that, when you ask the second question, what are the essential human beings that we need?
Yeah.
You'll be going for perhaps a different profile, different types of human beings.
You're matching it up to what you've got in place. I think that's fantastic. We could do this for hours, and of course we're not allowed to. Thank you again for that. I think what this shows is, again, you don't have to pick and choose, because obviously at EA Masters you're going to be getting the best of both worlds. You're going to be seeing those suppliers that can offer those tech issues, and you can be seeing some of the best people that are asking how best to develop your, that asset as well, haven't you?
Completely, and we've got an incredible lineup. As I said before, we've got over 50 hours of content sharing all these different topics, Simon, and I'm really excited to be doing that.
And I'm in there, so I'm even more excited. Thank you, Peter. Cheers again.
Cheers.